This November, we're celebrating the scholars you've probably never heard of, but definitely should have. And in 1930, a young woman squeezed through a narrow cave crevice in the Gibson's Caves in Nevada. Tight, dangerous, where other archaeologists would not go. She found the skull of a giant ground sloth next to ancient human tools. This was undeniable proof that ancient peoples lived alongside megafauna. This was a groundbreaking discovery, and her name was Bertha Parker. For years, she was credited as just being a secretary. Born in 1907 to a Seneca father and an Abenaki mother, with no formal archaeological training, her uncle by marriage, archaeologist Mark Raymond Harrington, hired her as an expedition secretary, and in the late 1920s for Southwest Digs. Secretary was the acceptable job title for a woman then. But Parker was more than this. She was doing archaeological work, surveying sites, excavating artifacts, analysing finds, and when Harrington needed someone for dangerous, cramped cave sections, he sent in Parker. The sloth skull discovery made headlines, but Parker's role was downplayed, listed as only an assistant or a helper. For decades, her name appeared as daughter of, niece of, wife of male archaeologists, never as Bertha Parker Cody, archaeologist in her own right. She became the first Native American woman recognized as an archaeologist and ethnologist in the United States. She conducted ethnological research on California tribes, Maidu, Yurok, Pomo, Paiute. What made her work different? She included names of Native people she interviewed. Most white anthropologists treated indigenous people as anonymous data points. Parker treated them as people with knowledge worth preserving. Parker was a Native woman doing archaeological work when those fields were dominated by white men, treating indigenous cultures as dead curiosities. She documented living cultures, not extinct relics. She respected the subjects because they were often her people. Later she married Iron Eyes Cody, an Italian-American actor falsely claiming to be a Native American. Yet this complicated her legacy. She became known as the wife of a famous actor. After her death in 1978, her scientific contributions were forgotten. So we're reclaiming Bertha Parker Cody's place. She made discoveries changing archaeology, conducted research preserving indigenous knowledge, whilst she was dismissed as a secretary, and we need to remember it. So keep learning and keep questioning.